From the news to movies you see in the theater, film is almost everywhere in the world. I traveled to Los Angeles, California, the birthplace of film, to experience the many wonders of the art. This is the creative process of film. Everything and all forms of film is guided by a person's creativity or imagination. I went to LA for two reasons. One, for a vacation, and two, to interview people that work in the art of film. I interviewed a screenwriter and a professional editor on the creative process of film. First up, a screenwriter. This is Koji, a professional screenwriter.
Yo.
When you go to start a script, how do you begin?
When I first start writing, the first thing I do is I start to outline the major moments of a script, which are things like the inciting incident, plot point 1, plot point 2, etc. Because these are the moments that really hold a film together and keep the film from falling down, kind of like a building.
What is the difference between screenwriting in film and TV?
In television, especially regular television, you're writing toward each commercial break, which means that you kind of have to have a moment that kind of crescendos at the commercials and then kind of comes back into the story. The number of acts are different. Sometimes the structure or format is different as well. But overall, over the last 10 years or so, I'd say TV and film has become a lot more similar to each other.
How long does it take for a script to be fully written for a TV production or a film production?
Great question. If I had an unlimited amount of time and I could write as much as I wanted to and I wasn't getting paid for it, it could take me up to a year. I would say a good amount of time for me to write kind of a script is about 3 months, with about 1 month of kind of development, 1 month of actual writing, and 1 month of editing.
Last question. Do you have any advice you would give a young aspiring filmmaker?
I have lots of advice that I got, but the best piece of advice I'd say is focus. I mean, if you want to be whatever you want to be, you should do that and focus on that, because there's a lot of people out there trying to do what you're trying to do.
After the screenwriter interview, I remembered that there's so much editing that is required to even make the movie, well, a movie. So I decided to interview a professional editor. Hi, I'm here with Autumn. She's a professional editor. When did you start editing?
I started editing in middle school. When I had all this free time, I discovered Windows Movie Maker on my laptop when I should have been writing an essay. And then it kind of started with that.
What types of projects do you edit? TV or film projects, or do you do both?
I do both. I've done all kinds of editing. Right now, I'm really into narrative film editing. So short films, feature films. In terms of TV editing, that's kind of changing now, especially with Netflix and Hulu being a thing. I don't know if you can call it TV editing, but it's a streaming service. As long as it's scripted content, so a TV show, anything where actors have to remember lines, I love to edit that stuff.
What is one thing you like most about editing?
You can save a project. You know, like you're the last stop as an editor, and if anything goes wrong, it is your responsibility to deliver, to make sure the audience loves it. And it doesn't even matter what happens on set or if something went wrong. No matter what, when all the footage comes to you, you can make something amazing. Aside
from editors and screenwriters, there are many more jobs in the business. One, for example, being a Foley artist, who makes sounds for movies and TV shows. Another notable place I visited while I was in LA was Paramount Studios. Seeing the place most people dream to work at in the film industry really opens my eyes to the genre as a whole. It was amazing to see all the sound stages, equipment, the wood shop, the sign shop. It was just really amazing. It really changed the way I look at film in general. After going to LA, I really gained a new appreciation of film in general. Meeting the people that convert the footage you film in a theater to the stuff you see on a big screen is really amazing. I hope you too have grown to appreciate the creativity of film. Thanks for watching.